Ready?
Everybody ready? Okay. Looking at East Carolina, talking about a team that's won their last 3 games. Very impressed with their quarterback. I think he started 30 games. They got a running back that's one of the more explosive running backs in our league. You look at their defense leading the league in interceptions and tackles for loss. So very good team. They played South Carolina very close. And like I said, they got some momentum right now. We're going to have to play good football. We are glad to be back home. We had a short practice last night. It was good to get back on the field with the guys after a tough loss. And, that's two losses that were tough losses. They weren't just losses, they were tough losses. I'm real proud of our team, the way they're handling it. Like I've said before, we got a lot of winners in the locker room. They came out practice and they were ready to go for this week. And we're going to have to get ready. This is a good team we're playing, and we're going to play good football. Questions?
Coach, what do you think about the running back for ECU in terms of his explosiveness?
Yeah, that you just said it. It's explosiveness that stands out to me. I mean, big plays. I don't know how many he's had over 50 yards, but there's a lot of them when you look at the big play cut up. And he's a one-play drive type running back. I mean, he can take it to the house anywhere on the field. We're going to have to do a good job containing him. And then, last week they were really balanced against, a Tulane team that took Oklahoma down to the wire. So I think 300 yards rush, almost 300 yard passing, something like that. The quarterback's a threat. The running back's a big play guy.
Gus, I know you talked about him after the game Saturday, but when you go back and watch the film, what did you like that Mikey did?
I thought Mikey, for the first time he's played, starting college football on the road, I thought he handled himself well. I thought he, knew exactly what he was doing, what he was reading. He protected the football. That's what you always worry about from a true freshman, just making the monumental mistakes. He didn't do that. Before the game, I had my eye on him. He didn't seem overwhelmed, nervous, all that. He just had the calmness about him. It was good for him to get a game under his belt. And really, from our coach's standpoint, my standpoint, we learned a lot about him. You never know until the real thing. And so it was good for him. That's the positive. The thing about him, he'll continue to get better, but I think he did a lot of good things.
Coach, you talked about the 24-hour rule after a game, win or lose. Obviously, that's easier to do for some games than others. You said the team got back together last night. What did you see from the guys?
Yeah, and like I said, there's losses, and there's tough losses, and there's really tough losses. And I think back-to-back we've had 2 really tough losses. It says a lot about the leadership of our team, the way that they came out spirited, ready to practice, when anybody had their head down, moping around. I mean, we got a mature group of leaders, and that's what you got to do. And that's behind us. There's nothing we can do. We got to correct, and we got to move forward with this game. And we need to figure out a way to win this game. We're playing at home. We're very excited to be in front of our home crowd, and I think that'll do good for our whole team.
Gus, it doesn't sound like you're worried about a letdown after 2 potentially, really disappointing games. So, is there something that you do to guard against that, or you just rely on your leaders, or?
Yeah, you rely on your leaders. It's all about leaders, and we got strong leaders. I've said that for a long time. We got a lot of winners in the locker room, and so our guys are going to fight. They're going to continue to fight. They're going to continue to get better. That's their mindset, but that has all to do with our players and our leadership.
So in the name of putting the loss behind you, what are kind of the growth opportunities you'll be looking for during practice going into the ECU game?
Yeah, the great thing is we got a lot of ways to improve. Us as coaches are responsible for the improvement, and we've got to really focus on that this week so our guys can play fast and execute.
Guys, these were close games. It's not like you're getting blown out, but what is this team not doing that they need to do to close out?
Yeah, it's really just finishing. Like I said, had opportunities to win both those games. It's usually a play or 2 either way. That's what you focus on. I know from a fan standpoint, it's easy to focus on the very end, but from a head coach's standpoint, you focus on the entirety of the game. There was a lot of things that we did even before the last drive that caused us to be in that situation. We were up 30-17 with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. You got to win the game, and so that's what we're focused on. Focus on the entirety to put ourselves in a position to win. And like I said, anytime it's mistakes, that's on coaches, and we got to do a better job helping our guys correct that.
What was your team doing so well in the first 2 games against the run on defense that you've been struggling the last 2?
You know, the quarterback for Louisville is a handful, and I think everybody can see that. Last week was a completely different deal with the style of offense. I am confident that we are a good run defense. I am confident of that, you know, traditional offenses, and we'll keep working on building upon that. You know, the continuity, we've got guys, we know where they need to be, I think, now, position-wise. You know, we got a couple people down last game. Hopefully we'll get those guys back, and I think all of the above will help with that.
And the special teams had their share of issues the other night. What does that unit need to do going forward to improve? Is it just execution detail, or?
Well, we need to protect on the punt. I mean, it's really simple. You protect on the punt, and you know, in a punter's defense, he gets one blocked, and then of course, you know, they come after it again, and he speeds it up, and he shanks it off the right. But it starts with protection, and we're working extremely hard to correct that one.
You just mentioned, obviously, you were missing guys against Navy. What are the chances Isaiah Bowser and guys like Jalen Robinson are available?
Yeah.
Long term, or what does that look like?
Yeah, I'm still going with the week to week. You know, on those two, hopefully we'll get our defensive guys back soon. Probably Thursday, I'll have a better idea of that. Like I said, it would be good to get those impact players back.
Coach, could you talk a little bit about Mr. Armstrong? He had 22
Yeah.
tackles against Navy.
Yeah, he's got a nose for the football. You know, we knew that when we recruited him. He's a guy that he's really a bright spot, starting to settle in, and a guy we can rely on.
When you don't have Isaiah Bowser, how does it change your offense? What are you doing differently?
Well, you know, it's kind of more running back by committee. I mean, Bowser, he's an NFL player. You know, when you lose a guy, that's an impact loss, you know, but it's next man up. The good thing about it, now we've got 2 games that we've had those guys get experience. I thought Johnny made some really explosive plays for us. You know, Trillian Coles has been a guy that's just Mr. Consistency. You can really trust and count on him. And Mark got a chance to get in there and do some things. So, you know, it's really running back by committee until we get him back.
Cam Good as a defensive tackle, saw a lot of playing time the other night. Obviously with Ricky Barber being out, what did you see from him? I know he had a couple two huge plays for forced fumbles.
Yeah, Cam Good. He's an impact player too. I mean, he's just so quick and so explosive. And, you know, he's a veteran guy, and he made some big plays for us. Played a lot of snaps, you know, and you know he got banged up. He came back. He showed a lot of toughness. You know, he's a really good player.
With Jalen out, you know, forever how long, and other guys that step up. Amari Johnson had some nice runs coming across and had a couple catches. What do you like from him, and how do you think?
Yeah, when he has the ball in his hands, he does some really good stuff. You know, like I said, we got some young receivers. We're continuing to grow and develop, and you know, they're going to have opportunities.
Obviously, it's year 1, you're 2-2. How big is this game? Just, I don't know how big our momentum, but when you look at the big picture for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, every game is big. Obviously, when you come off a loss like that, you want to get back on the field. Thinking about it, we're playing a very quality team, and it would be a good win for us. So we need to do everything in our power to do that. Looking forward to playing them. I know our guys are ready to get back out there and give it a go.
What do you think Joey Gatewood brings to the offense, and what do you hope that he can bring?
Yeah, Joey provides, you know, a different kind of preparation for a defense. You know, he's only been here a little over a month, so he's still kind of settling in to what we're doing, and you know, he's got a chance to continue to help our team, and really think he will moving forward.
Could you elaborate a little bit more of what one start means for Mikey Keene, just to go back in the film room? It's different than practice.
Yeah, I think, you know, big picture, his teammates know more what to expect with him leading. I know from my standpoint, I know what to expect more, and that really helps everything. And he's a guy that can efficiently run our offense, and that's what's really exciting. He's got a lot of winter in him, and he's a tough guy. And like I said, if you look, there was a couple plays that he got us out of bad place and just threw the ball away when maybe an inexperienced quarterback would have taken a sack or something like that. So he's got some qualities that are very impressive, and that's really what stood out to me, you know, above everything else the other day, other than protecting the football.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you all.